with silver. So you're saying all season will hit first, usually, then we can use profits to still get into high silver. So I'm in. I didn't say that. I was talking about right now. No, this is simultaneous. See, here's what everybody needs to understand, and by listening to me, you will. And James, I'm glad you're asking this stuff, because for anybody who hasn't been around long, and you've been around a little bit, but you weren't around for the whole silver and all that stuff back a few years ago, and we were actually hardcore into it because it was so cheap. But what I mean by it is that, all right, so you're in crypto. So let's just say you put $2,000 into crypto. You made great, you did a good job. You go through the bull market and it ends up being worth $14,000, let's say. Well, now you know the bull market's over and you're convinced. You're like, I'm selling out, and this is how much I'm going to need because you marked down your price you want to buy. And let's say you want to have, instead of 2,000, right? What the hell is that? Turn simple sketches into art. First time that's ever popped up. But let's say you made, from $2,000 to 14, but now you're like, you know what? Next cycle, I had $2,000 in this time. I did pretty good. I'd like to do $7,000 this time. You know what? I'm gonna give myself an extra $5,000 allowance, and I'm gonna buy XRP at this price now when it goes back down, because clearly it's top, and this is just for hypotheticals. We haven't topped or anything like that supposedly yet. But this is what I want to buy it. So you realize you're going to spend $7,000 for between your XRP and whatever else. Now you got $7,000 sitting there. Some people take that and go to leverage. No. Only if you want to lose it all. Even a seasoned veteran like I will lose over time because it's so unpredictable, and you always have those wicks down and wicks up, even if you're 100% right. It happens all the time. So I always tell people, change your approach. This is how you create abundance for yourself. Instead of putting it into the bank for savings, because remember, if it's in crypto, that should be money you can never touch for bills. That's another lesson, but some can't live that way. I couldn't in the beginning, but now I do live that way. Same with my mining stocks and all that. It's not part of my funds. Same with my precious metals. It's if I don't even own that stuff. So if I go broke and sweat it out, it's as if I don't even have that stuff. So then I would say you take that $7,000 and you'd have a choice between gold and silver, bullion, physical. Because if you have physical, you're less likely to sell it. And the point of this is, of this exercise, you're never selling it. You didn't have that money to begin with. You forget about it. And now you have $7,000 today. I would buy it in silver because the gold silver ratio is at 100. There's only been 13 weeks in history, or about 13 times in history, or weeks, closing of weeks where it's been over 100. So then you have $7,000 in silver, and that was from profits. And you have $7,000 that would be in crypto, including $5,000 of profit, that now instead of $2,000 this next bull market, you have $7,000. That's 3.5 times more, which means if you have the same rally from 2 to 14, right? This time you have 7 to 49,000. So now in this bull market, now all of a sudden, instead of 14, now you have 49. You're like, holy shit. This bull market's going to end. And mind you, this is 3 to 4 years down the road, like we did this 2 times now. And you're, oh my God, now what do I do? Well, now you look at the gold silver ratio and you're, oh my God, it's 100 again. Well, now instead of putting 9 or 7,000 in the market because I'm doing good, right? You're doing good. Well, you're like, I turned 2 into 14 and 7 into 49. This time I'm taking 25 grand. And I would too. I'm taking 25 grand, and that's what I'm going to use for the next bear market. And now I'm going to have my list of what I want to buy. It better be IoT and ISO tokens. And this is the desired levels. And when we get there, I'll be interested in starting to buy back in. Well, now you've got $24,000 sitting there because you did so good. Now you buy it in silver, right? 25 grand in gold or crypto started with 2 grand. Remember, this is still off that 2 grand. And then you've got $31,000 in silver now. Forget the price that it appreciated in between the 4 years on that 7 grand. Now you got $31,000 of profit sitting in silver and physical bullion. And you got 25 grand in cryptos. You had to go through 2 cycles in this scenario, which happens every time we 10x our portfolio this time. Just like the first time around. And, well, maybe not 10x the last time around, but we did about, what was it? About 400%. So it's seriously doable. This is exactly what I did. I'm being dead serious. Like, this is all I did. But you have to be right on the cycles, and you have to have foresight. So it's not a fast-paced game. Some people get rich in a minute, but those same people who make a bunch right away, they lose it all within a year or two. After all, guys, the casino never stops. That's why, James, I kept telling you, easy come, easy go, and leverage. So once you get up 100%, the best lesson I ever learned, take your investment back. Worst case scenario, you have all your money back in your pocket. And that's the worst you can do. But then when you have stop loss, you're like, all right, I'm up 100%. Well, if it goes down 25%, I'm out. You know, in the leverage. Well, so what? It's 25% of profits. You've already got your initial investment back. So you can do that in spot trading as well. That's how I like to do it. In spot, I try to get to 2 or 3x. But you can do it at 1. Or you can just buy more than you want. So then when you sell out that part, you have your profits. That's what I like to do. So, you know, it spirals. It really does spiral, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, these are good lessons when I really talk like this. You know, these are good lessons because it does spiral, and it spirals quickly when you start to do things right. Like, now all of a sudden I look at it and it's like I've got the 10,000 plus XRP. You know, I've got the mining stocks, like 3,000 plus of B2 Gold, over 1,000 of First Majestic and Fortuna each. You know, there's 4,000, what is it? A couple hundred shares of Pan America. Barrick Gold, there's 222 shares. And, you know, it starts to spiral. You start getting and it's like I'm not physically doing anything different. I'm just looking at past mistakes. And, like, even now, something I learned from the bull market of 21, 2 mistakes. One, and I didn't even probably have enough money, but I don't know. I did use pretty much in that market. I basically used all of my liquid stuff to build myself a huge nest egg in the next 4 years. That ended up happening, as you guys know. Wasn't easy. I do this every single day, so I didn't take the easy way. There is no easy way in a never-ending game of crypto. So that's something like you've got to be all in.